This episode of the AlwayzGamesTV Show is brought to you by Alien Isolation. Use the URL on the screen or in the description below to get your 25% off discount code. Using the discount code, you'll gain access to the pre-order bonus of the Nostromo edition, which includes the Crew Expendable. This bonus content sees the original crew reunited aboard the Nostromo. Brett, Kane are dead, alongside Ash and Lambert. It is now down to you as Dallas, Parker or Ellen Ripley to find the way to isolate the alien and overcome the terror that confronts them. Hi guys, I'm Roger Knowles and welcome to the episode 2 of the Always Games TV show. The date is the 25th of September and I guess it's episode 2.5-ish. Had a couple of problems. Yeah. Did a recording about 2 weeks ago and it all went a little bit... Well, actually, no, the recording went really well. The show went brilliantly. Then when I looked back at it as the recording and tried to edit it up a little bit, it was very much like that all the way through. The frame rate was terrible. I was going to salvage the audio from the show, but unfortunately it actually cut off 20 minutes before. So it all went, yeah, terrible. I would literally don't know what's recorded the issue. So yeah, it's all been good. It's all been fine. Everything's hopefully working and everything's going to be great and run smoothly, and I'm not going to stress out for a week wondering if my PC's about to explode. And joining me on the show, we introduced him last time, but unfortunately it wasn't recorded, so it's not official. So this is the first time he's on the show. Karl Jones, how are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you.
And we admired your headset on the show that doesn't exist, so give us a bit of a showing of that then.
Oh, hang on, I need to find the button then. Bear with. I have the button. We have lights on. We have lights off.
So when you're feeling generous, you can put your halo up. You're just like, well...
Oh, yeah. It looks better from the side, so there you go. There's the light.
So what headset is that? Which one is it?
It's an Afterglow, I think. Something along those...
Oh, right. I've never seen those before. They are pretty awesome.
It is. I would have to say I've tried a few different headsets now, and yeah, the audio quality is pretty sweet through it, and the mic seems the clearest I've ever used.
Yeah, you do sound good, man.
So you guys tell me anyway. I don't know.
What? And also joining me on the show, also sporting a brand new headset, is Mark Stevens. How are you, sir?
Hey guys, I'm good, sir. How are you all doing?
Steady away. But yeah, again, really sorry about 2 weeks ago. You guys, went out of your way to be able to show up for me and give me all your insight into gaming, and then it all just never happened. So sorry. We even had, we were saying how you hated everything, Mark, and how you hate The Last of Us and everything like that.
There's no evidence, so obviously just spouting rubbish, and that's just not true. I love all the games, especially the games which are 10 out of 10s, and everyone loves them, apart from me. I mean, no, I love them.
Oh, dear. Yeah, so you hate The Last of Us, so, yeah, that's it. It's good to have a minority, you see, you can sort of... be like, everybody be like, oh, this game, good job not playing Destiny, because actually no, because you'll be right, you could be on either fence, because there's lots of people saying that they hate Destiny and it's terrible, and then lots of other people saying it's amazing. Where would you stand, Mark? Where would you stand?
See, funnily enough, I'm banging the centre with Destiny, which is very hipster of me, because I almost got it, then I stopped, and then I'm glad I didn't get it, then I almost got it again, and then I'm glad I didn't get it again.
You're flirting, sir. You are flirting with it. You're just like, you're there with the shopkeeper, just like, am I going to buy it? No.
Good morrow to you, sir. What's your finest wares today? No, I don't. Pass me. No.
We don't want to give you that. Oh, dear.
No, I know you two are really getting into it at the moment and stuff. I know Luke was mentioning to me that he had to play when he went around to yours recently on the PS4 version, and he was blown away. He said it's brilliant. But
yeah,
I'm
not sold. Sorry, Luke likes his Call of Duty and everything like that, and it does sort of play into the hands of a lot of the Call of Duty and Halo fans and everything like that. You do certainly get a vibe of it. And if you do enjoy especially your PvP aspect of it, certainly you get that natural. Well, it's a first-person shooter, isn't it? I guess there's no two ways of putting it. It's a first-person shooter, PvP online shooter works, doesn't it? Yes, with competitive play. And Luke, who came round, he certainly got him. He really enjoyed it. More so than I thought. I thought I was going to try and sell him like the PS4 sort of feel to it. I put Watch Dogs on. He'd already played it on PS3 a lot. He wasn't impressed with the upgrade from it. He was like, "Nah, I don't see it." I think I put something else on, and he was a bit like, "Meh, yeah, it's all right." Popped Destiny in, and I don't know whether or not because Karl, you were on, weren't you? You were playing.
Yeah,
and
I came on partway through a match with you guys, and
and doing the chat over the PlayStation. I think he was impressed with, and I think just a combination of all that. I think he was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm enjoying this." I think that possibly could be one of the things that just sort of swayed him, having everybody there online as well, just being able to play a couple of matches very, very easily. But Karl, how are you finding Destiny?
I'm enjoying it. I'm more the story side though. The PvP, it's all right, but it's not me. I see too much Call of Duty in it. Call of Duty PvP is not for me.
Well, no, that's fair enough. I got to admit, but there is still, obviously a lot of people who buy Call of Duty for the story. For single player story. There are not many, but there is people out there.
Is there a story?
Apparently so. I remember on the Modern Warfare 1 had a decent story. I know that from then I just gave up. But everybody who's played World at War is now going to be like, "How dare you? World at War was amazing." I skipped it.
Yeah, no. I mean, the PvP, again, I tend to only play the PvP with the likes of yourself and Frog, which, that was brilliantly. It's, we're chatting, usually using the PS4's party chat. So we're chatting to ourselves. No chance of anyone else on the team getting annoyed because we're hogging the chat channel.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah, that is quite a laugh. It has to be said. That is a good laugh.
I do like the integration of the chat across games, all different ones on the PlayStation. Like, so with Destiny, you're playing it, not all your friends have to have Destiny to be able to join in with the chat. One of you can be on Minecraft, you could be on Divinity, whatever. Anything, Divinity Reach then. I don't know where the hell that came from. But you could be playing Diablo and things like that.
So the other week, you guys were all playing Diablo, and I was on Need for Speed. That was brilliant, other than the fact it made me end up buying Diablo because I was like, I want to join in here. I want to know what you guys are talking about.
It is one of those things. Well, it's quite an interesting business sort of system because it naturally makes you want to buy another game. If all your friends are playing one game and you're talking to them and hearing them play it, what's the natural thing you're going to go do? You're going to go to PSN, buy the game. It's good. It's good to set up. So, Mark, why are you sort of weighing up whether or not to actually buy Destiny then?
Well, I'll go controversial.
You hate it?
For a change, I know. Have either of you played Borderlands 1 or 2?
I played 2.
Yes, number 2.
Yeah. Borderlands, to me, looks better than Destiny. Because I played and finished Borderlands 1, and I started playing Borderlands 2. But as opposed to you two, because I think you two are coming into it different as well, because talking on the party chat for PlayStation 4, that was something I had on Xbox 360 previously, and I always thought there's no reason not to have it on the PS3. It was always something where they introduced it at one point, but you could only do it if you didn't play any games at the same time. Like there was text chat, but that's all you could do, and I thought, there's no way anyone's going to sit on their PS3 and text chat each other like MSN Messenger if you could only be on MSN Messenger. But yeah, I mean, I played Borderlands before, and I loved the gunning, the looting, the stats, and the classes. That looked pretty decent. Destiny, to me, from what I've seen, looks really good, but reminds me a lot of Halo, which I enjoyed, but I was never massive into. I liked the multiplayer on Halo 3. That was the main one I played, because everyone played it who had a 360. But the thing that got me was Borderlands seems to do everything that Destiny does, apart from that whole MMO feel to it. That's where Destiny really seemed to strive. Really good graphics, really lovely like story and setting and online aspect. but from what I've read and seen on it now, the online seems almost a bit kind of pointless because, like for you guys, for example, if you want to try and find each other and do things on it, it doesn't seem to cater to that need. Like I heard somewhere saying that if you do the multiplayer mode or anything like that, where it's like a bit deathmatchy, you can't have your own like lobby and invite your friends and start a thing up like that, like you can on Call of Duty and that side. But the actual MMO side, it also sounds to me like it's not very MMO because all the classes are still just shooting and killing things. It's not like a proper MMO where, oh, you'll tank, I'll heal, let's get a ranged person, let's get a support class here. It feels like it catered to absolutely everyone, and in doing so, catered to no one really.
Yeah, I will say that it's very much, it specialises in everything, but not perfects anything, if you know what I mean. It
is a very jack of all trades.
I got so I can sort of see why people don't like it. I personally quite enjoy it. It's very a jump in, jump out game. It's jump in because my friends are playing it. Maybe do a strike, which is a bit like a raid, 3-man raid, and you get your loot at the end of it. It's all that's all. You have a bit of a banter, have a bit of a laugh, and then you come off it. And that's pretty much how I'm going to treat it. I got to admit, I can see there's a lot of, like say, resemblances between Borderlands 2 and Halo. It's actually like the look of Halo. I never played Halo, but I obviously know what it looks like. The look of it put in with almost Borderlands. Yeah. Almost. Not quite, because with Borderlands, I feel it's a lot more open. The loot seems to be even more random. Like Destiny sort of has random loot, but it's not like Borderlands. With Borderlands, it'll just literally drop a random of a random. Whereas in Destiny, there is actually set items which are in the game. It's just whether or not you will get them or not.
Which is more like an MMO then, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah. Like obviously, then when they build like a lot of websites do databases of different gear, they can do that with this. Whereas on like I say Borderlands, it's don't quite work like that. But yeah, it's a weird one to sort of categorize Destiny. Has it been overhyped? Yes. Yeah. Which seems to be the going thing at this present moment this year with like Watch Dogs and things like that. Very good games. How dare you? Anyway. Was it overhyped though?
10 out of 10. No.
That's right. I'll pay you later. I mean, Sony will pay you later. I mean, what? It seems to be the going thing that we just we want new IPs all the time. We complain when Call of Duty, Battlefield comes out. Sorry, I just hit my microphone. And we complain about that. Repeat franchises coming out yearly. We get new IPs. We complain about them. We're not really happy, are we?
I think it's because all the new IPs are playing it really safe, though. I mean, Destiny could have gone really different. It could have literally made a whole new genre. This whole like MMO feel seems brilliant. Like MMOs these days aren't doing very well. I mean, like I know that you played the Old Republic before. I've played World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy. We've all like had an MMO like addiction for a while. We've played it, whatever. I'm saying that right now because I've already pre-ordered Warlords of Draenor for World of Warcraft, so that'll be a month or so now. I'll be trying it again.
So what we're saying is buy Mark for a month when you disappeared to play World of Warcraft.
Yeah. But they're like kind of dying a bit now because people have realised, well, I don't need to pay for a subscription online. There's plenty of other games that are always online anyway and doing things like that. There's a lot of free to play ones and stuff which are just full MMOs anyway. You just, you could pay a little bit here and there if you want something extra. So I think it went in with the right idea saying, well, we know people like this kind of gameplay and the loot and stuff. Mm-hmm. But then the issue I find with it is that the reason I compare it to Borderlands is Borderlands had a really kind of more structured narrative which seemed to work through and go towards it, and the loot would always give you something to go, oh, awesome, that's so good, and my class feels really different to your class, so I'll give you that gun, you're better at shotguns than me. It seemed to work with the loot. This feels like when Diablo 3 first came out, in which you got awesome loot, and you went, oh, that's pretty cool, but I've already finished the story mode now, so I don't really care about getting more loot. It just feels like I'm just playing it for the sake of playing it now, whereas then in Reaper of Souls, they made it have the... I've forgotten what they're called, but you can do those special runs once you hit the max level, and it basically just randomizes dungeons and enemies and bosses and everything, just throws it into a thing.
I have to admit,
that's really fun.
I've got to admit, it's one game I do need to push on and get up fully to max level is Diablo. Again, a great game to drop in and drop out of, I find, for myself.
Yeah.
Great co-op game. I probably wouldn't play. I played it a couple of times on my own, but it's more for the cooperative feel to it and everything like that. It's more like, oh, you're playing Diablo? I'll come join you. You know, and with the apprentice system where it lowers your level or, you know, levels you out basically to be the same, it's not too much of a, oh, you're really high level, you can't really play each other. Yeah, you can see that they have got better gear and they are probably doing a little bit more damage than you, but it's still enjoyable. You feel that you're still adding to the experience. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of games this year have been a little bit overhyped, and unfortunately, to be honest, with Destiny, you're probably doing the right thing. Is just waiting, and if you wait for a good maybe 6 months and then join in, because there is quite a low level cap, you're not going to feel out of it. With like World of Warcraft, I've never played a World of Warcraft. I think I played the free trial actually of World of Warcraft. But if I jumped in now, like fresh, I find it way too daunting to be able to grind through it, level up, get the best gear, because I'm how many years out now? How long have you been?
2004.
Oh God, I would say 2007. Wow, it's
10 years. It's
and I think with that's the unfortunate thing with some of these old MMOs. You know, it's harder to get them into, but with games like, I guess, would you class Destiny as an MMO? That's also the other question. They pretty much sort of promoted it as an MMO, but they didn't say it was an MMO, but it had MMO elements. You know, it's one of those sort of things.
It feels to me like they should have gone more down the shooter side of it, though. Like, to Karl's point, the thing that hooked me on the look of it was the feeling, the story, and the graphics and stuff made me go, this looks pretty bloody cool. I mean, like, every time you see a different class, like jump in the air, sword down, or throw magic over here and do something with that and ride your hover bike into the distance, I'm like, this looks pretty rad. But then it just seems to be people dancing with each other and then just grinding. And I'm like, I could do without a grind and dance simulator.
Yeah, I think the only other issue, which I know a lot of people have picked up on it, was how the lack of story actually within the game. Now, there is story there, but you have to, one, pay attention to a little bit of the story that the game's giving to you, or you actually go to Bungie.net and read a lot of the extras that you can unlock as you play the game.
Read.
Yes, exactly. It's just, that's where a lot of people, that's the line. They won't cross that line. They won't bother making that effort to go to the website and read it. And as they shouldn't have to, because the game is there, they paid for the game, they've got the game. Really, the game should tell them this, and Bungie haven't really put that in. Like, there's obviously it's like the Fallen. The Fallen are there. Why are they called the Fallen? And you get resurrected, and it's like, well, why was he looking for you initially? Why did you get chosen? A lot of this doesn't really get explained. It's just sort of like, oh, I've been looking for you for a long time. Why? Why have you struggled to find me? You know, it doesn't ever get sent. It's like, right, off we go. And it's like, you struggle at that point. If you can switch off your brain a little bit and just go, oh, okay, let's go for it, you're fine. If you are very nitpicky on story, you'll get frustrated until you decide to go to Bungie.net and read some of the synopsis of the baddies, the area, your location in, the traveller, the darkness. That's when you'll get the full experience, but a lot of people just don't want to do that.
No, I mean, I don't think they have to have told the story through the game, because, I mean, like, Karl, you'll probably agree on this one, that Dark Souls is very good at telling a story without really telling you anything.
that tells you a story without telling you anything at all. There's no hints, it's just, off you go.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, I have a long loincloth and a stick. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, you end up in this immense story that sort of happens around you.
Well, I mean, you have to read, like, any items you pick up. So, like, in this game, like you said, they're actually set item drops. It'd be great if the item drop you got actually related to something. I mean, like Dark Souls, the first one, I mean,
the loading screens were a godsend.
Oh god, yeah, there was so much in there and stuff. Yeah. You were like, right, blacksmith, I need to find him. He sounds useful.
Yeah, such and such sword. Finally, that's what it's supposed to be used for.
No, you made a good point actually with Dark Souls. I totally forgot all about that. And yes, I guess there really isn't any story in that sort of game. It just sort of drop you in at the deep end. Well, that's fair enough. Actually, no, I totally forgot. That's a very good point. Well done, Mark. You still hate Last of Us.
The reason, well, yeah, I do. The only reason I raised, and I finished it now as well, though. But the only reason I raised Dark Souls is because, like, there's so many lore videos online and stuff. In particular, there was one YouTuber, and forgive me, I've forgotten his name now. And I watched a lot of his videos, and there were parts of the game I'd not done on, like, the first Dark Souls again, because that's the main one I know the lore to. And it's so deep how much they, like, crafted this world and the potential that it does have a link to Demon Souls there, and how Dark Souls 2 is, you know, they're all very separate, like, timelines and places and things like that to keep it separate. But they've all got that. There's maybe 2 cutscenes in the whole game that actually mean anything, but then everything else is just, like Karl said, loading screens, items, things like that. But there is a whole piece there. I mean, like, one thing I love in Dark Souls, the first one, was, I'll say spoilers, but it's not spoilers. You play the game to die and kill things, that's about it. What is his name now with the blue thing who got corrupted by the dark stuff? Have you two done the DLC for Dark Souls?
I'm looking at you, Karl.
Not the original. No, I never touched the DLC for the original one. No.
Oh, right. He's the owner of Sif the Wolf, Artorias, Knight Artorias. That was it. And he went to, like, the dark. It's not darkness. It's something else, and that corrupted him. So the DLC touches on that, and you can get his sword and things. But you find out that Sif the Wolf has his sword and is guarding his grave, and you need his ring in order to go to where the darkness is and kill these bosses and do this, and the actual area is the same place back in time. It's like, how on earth were you ever meant to know that without, like, reading all this stuff up? But all the items in the game, the NPCs you multiple times we talk to, they tell you just enough to make it make sense. I mean, like, one of the dragons, I've forgotten his name. I think he's Sif, possibly the scaleless dragon or something in, like, the crystal place. You have to kill him.
You have an amazing memory for names, by the way.
It's crazy, but you have to remember things in that game because you see it come up a few times when you have to try and kill the so and so. But I remember the beginning cutscene to the game is that all the dragons are gone now because there was it's a time that's gone past it, and there was, like, the old king killed a lot of them and stuff, and Sif betrayed them. That's why he's the scaleless. But then there's 2 dragons in the game, and I was thinking, how are the dragons in the game? But they're not really dragons. And I thought, it's so deep is this story, it's ridiculous, and it's done well. But I mean, Destiny, I think it'd be probably a bit harder because it's a different kind of setting to tell a story like that. But it sounds to me like they've come up with a great idea. But I knew a lot of people that really liked the Halo stories as well, but if you actually ask them why you liked it, the bits they tell you about were very, generic. It was literally, Master Chief did this and Cortana that, and then there's this guy who's a bad guy, now he's your friend. I'm like, just sounds like an old, anime or something. It's really standard.
Using traditional ideas to tell a story almost. Yeah. I guess it is. I think in some ways we're just, as a whole, as internet and everything like that, I guess we're never really happy because we're always wanting that expectation, especially when something's hyped. Our expectations will never be met. And sometimes we just need to take that step back and be like, is it fun? Like, yeah, it is. It's actually really, really good fun. It's a good game. It looks good. It plays well. And it's enjoyable. And really, like, that's all that matters. And some people won't like it. And some people will. But the internet isn't that simple. They will not let it go. But I enjoy it. It's one of those games where it was, yes, I believe it was just overhyped. But if you are a little bit unsure picking it up, just wait for a few months. Maybe let it drop in price and then get it because you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. It is really, really good fun. But other than that, with the Destiny coming out, the other big news which hit the interwebs was, I think we maybe have mentioned it a couple of times, a game called Minecraft. No. I think we may have talked about it on episode 1 and on the show that never happened, which is now what it's going to be called, the show that never happened. So yeah, the Mojang. Do you guys say Mojang?
Yeah.
I say Mojang, yeah.
We'll go with Mojang.
Yeah, Mojang.
Mojang, the creators or the developers of Minecraft, have been bought by the measly pittance of $2.5 billion by Microsoft.
Big money.
F me. It's like, that is a lot of money.
It is for an indie.
Yeah, like, obviously they have created more than one game, which I can't think of the name of the other one that they did, but they have
Scrolls.
done... Scrolls, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Which didn't do overly amazingly well. Minecraft has been, basically, if you think of Mojang, it is Minecraft. So basically Microsoft have bought Minecraft for $2.5 billion. In comparison, like, I wanted to bring up a few other things, a few other businesses that I've sold recently, with price-wise. One of them being that Amazon obviously bought Twitch the other month for just under $1 billion, which I thought that was a lot, in truth, for a website that had only launched since 2011. Admittedly, it's done very well, but that's a lot of money for something like that. And then you look at Oculus Rift being acquisitioned by Facebook for $2 billion, which... Am I getting old, or is this money's like... It seemed, again, a very expensive purchase. Yeah. And then finally, which then I was a bit more shocked, was that Disney bought Lucasfilm for $4 billion. Now that seems very cheap in comparison to the last ones. So obviously with Lucasfilm, you've got like Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Howard the Duck, which I think that's the reason why they bought it. And Disney I get all of that, yet Microsoft get one game. Thoughts?
I mean, maybe it's the potential, because they said after they bought them that there's still going to be Minecraft on every platform, which to me means that they haven't bought it to go, well, you're going to have to buy Xbox now because we've got the game everyone wants. It sounds like they've gone, do you know what makes money? Minecraft makes money. Do you know what's a safe bet? Buying Minecraft.
But I can imagine that the saturation level, though, must be pretty high at this point, because it's out on like nearly every device except PlayStation Vita, I think. I don't think it's out just... Has it come out, or is it about to come out?
That's a good question. It's not on the Vita, as far as I'm aware. It's not on the 3DS or the Wii U or the Wii. But I don't think... I mean, there's no reason why it shouldn't be on those ones, but it just seems like there's not much uptick. On the Vita, it should do, because Terraria is. Yeah,
I don't think it's out, but it's meant to be coming out, as far as I know. But
it's not out. It certainly
yet.
was, but that was before Microsoft. So,
but they would be stupid enough to not release it on everything else, because it's money, it makes money. But, like I said, everybody either has it or has bought it multiple times. I bought it on PC, PS3, PS4, and on my iPhone. And I know. But I probably, now I've got it on my PS4, I think I've hit my point of purchasing it now. I won't buy any more. I bought a couple of the DLCs for it, I have to admit, such as the skins for the PlayStation 4 version and some of the texture packs and stuff like that. But I think I'm done. I'll keep playing it, but it's just...
I think they're going to do something new, because I think the reason it's on every platform now is because it's... How old is it now? Because, I mean, we talked last time that me and you, Rog, on the episode that never happened, we bought the alpha/beta version, and Karl, you got it quite late on in comparison.
I'm sort of... This year is when I sort of joined it, so I'm right at the back of the timeline here.
But I guess I'm sure I picked up in the beta. The alpha was like really, really basic. That was like it was just basically creating. You could fly around. It was basically the editor mode of it. And the beta version was proper Minecraft as we knew it at the time. But it is a fair few years ago since I got that. But putting like basically $2.5 billion it went for. Microsoft have turned around and said that they believe that they will claim that back by April 2016.
That sounds fair to me. Yeah, because I think with a lot of things they're going with at the moment, all it really needs, because you think it was indie to begin with. I mean, Notch pretty much did most of the programming himself. He just sat there and he just enjoyed doing that side of it. But in essence, it was the idea that sold the game. Like, so many things have tried copying it and doing similar things now. I mean, Terraria is like the 2D version, and there's probably something called like Block World.
Bound, I think the other one.
Oh, Starbound is it? I think.
Starbound.
Yeah, and yeah, they've all got that same idea going for them now, where it's like this. But it sounds stupid, but people like brands, and that's why there's 4 versions of Angry Birds out, and each one sells it again. But it's the same game overall. I feel that Minecraft, you overhaul it, you slightly change it. You know, it's no longer blocks, for example. It's the blocks, but they're smaller. There's something about it where it's a new engine and it can do a bit more. And you know, potentially it's something where it's Minecraft 2, simply named that. But
I was going to say that. Do you think that in a couple of years down the line, announce at E3 Minecraft 2.0, like you know, adding physics and elements and
well,
nice.
I think at the moment it's really like kind of trees and medieval and fantasy and stuff like that. There's absolutely no sci-fi one.
You say bring it into the future.
Like, well, exactly.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, sci-fi would be a nice
go into space. That sort of idea. You know, Minecraft on the moon.
Oh yeah, they'll all go for it.
You guys are probably right on this. Actually, if they did release a Minecraft 2.0, everybody would get it. You are right. They've just got to. I think they've just got to be careful, because if they end up, let's say they release a Minecraft 2, and they said it's going to be exclusive to Xbox. Now they said Minecraft will still come out to everyone and still going to support those. But it did a Minecraft 2.0 to whatever you want to call it, and just said it's going to be Xbox exclusive. They could end up ruining a brand, which
that could kill it.
Yeah, it could give it at least a bad name, and it's kind of that situation where I think they've just got to make sure they don't get greedy in the sense of exclusivity and just allow everybody to have it, because they'd be stupid to, because everybody would buy it. And on a PlayStation console, which is their opposing company, and if they've got a game on there which is selling bucket loads, they're still earning money off them. So, you just got to be careful.
I mean, as we mentioned on the show that never happened, as it's now called, you know, that was just after Minecraft had been released on PS4. It crashed PSN. It was that popular. If Microsoft are stupid enough to not cash in on that,
you are right.
That is just a stupid move. There's no, there's
no logical explanation to them do that.
That is a lot of money that is sat there looking at it. If they brought out a second one, you would bring it out on all the platforms, and people would get them on multiple platforms. Again.
Yeah. It's just, I just think it's certainly Minecraft is now, I personally believe, like back in my day of my gaming, Mario was the game that everybody knew. You know, even if you didn't own a Nintendo, well, you still do, but back then it was Mario. Everywhere was Mario. It has now become, with the new generation, that Minecraft is the game that everybody knows and everybody owns. And it just seems to be that sort, and I just hope that they respect that and move forwards with it, if you know what I mean, rather than just getting it wrong. I just hope that they look after it and respect the brand, and just respect like Notch and everything that his partners have done with it, and hopefully they just move forward. But it's certainly gone.
I was going to say I see what you're saying, and I agree. They should make minecart racing, and it would sell amazingly.
Oh, you could build your own cars.
Yeah.
Copyright.
Sold.
Minecart. We heard it here first. So Microsoft, if you're listening, we want a cut. I'll take $1 billion. Don't worry, I'm not going to take all your money. Like, $1 billion will be fine.
And if Minecraft aren't interested, Notch, there's your second idea.
Yeah,
Go.
Done. Yeah. Might not be overly creative on the name, but hey. But a quote going from what Notch said, it said, in one sense it belongs to Microsoft now, in a much bigger sense it belongs to all of you for a long time, and that will never change. It's not about the money, it's about my sanity. So, with a lot of what Notch said, he didn't want to look after Minecraft anymore, mainly because it's got so big. And it was apparently not about the money, as much as 2.5 billion will help. It's yeah, you can see obviously clearly, and he said that he's a coder, he's a developer, he's not a guy who's going to manage a big multi-billion-dollar company looking after that game. And I think he's quite happy to walk away now, which I would.
Fair
well.
fair play to him. You know, if he enjoys coding, that's what he does. Hats off to him. He's sticking to his goals. Sticking to his guns.
He's done it right, and I guess fair enough. If Microsoft want to take it,
if Microsoft have approached him and said, "We want to buy this off you," and he's sort of thinking, "Okay, I enjoyed coding it, but it's getting a little out of control now."
But I guess it comes back to the situation where we said about Destiny. There's a lot of people out there who hate just for the sake of hating, and will make your life a living hell just because they don't like the most particular of things, like, oh, this is a little bit OP now on this update. Bungie is probably going to get a lot of hassle for the next so many years while they're doing updates. And clearly Notch, he has received a lot of flack from different people on the internet for little changes, and I guess you can't really blame the guy for wanting to just move on and go back to what he does best. But 2.5 billion is going to help. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll definitely cushion the ride.
So that pretty much wraps it up. I didn't want to go too much into too much news this week because, like I said, we had a lot of issues last 2 weeks ago with the show that never happened, and I just don't want. And plus, it's very late. It's 10:15 now. We're all got work tomorrow. We need to crash out. It's late. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this has worked. Everything is gone live. The new website for AlwaysGamesTV literally went out live about 2 hours ago. That's totally been overhauled. Be much easier for me to update and keep up to on a regular basis. Whereas the last one, it was fine, but it was just a pain in the backside to keep updating. It looked good, but I was sad to see it go. Actually, the old design, but I've got to try and make for my sanity. as a content creator, I need 2.5 billion.
There's no sanity left.
But it's purely time. So basically, content will go out on the website much faster. Hopefully, in this next month, we're going to start streaming on Twitch as well with Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor literally just around the corner, which I'm extremely excited for, which I just pre-ordered as well. It's got the early access or the pre-order version, and I got it from Game as well, which they throw other things in there with it as well. So, and then I pre-ordered Alien Isolation as well because I thought, why not?
Yeah.
And so I think they're going to be the first 2 games I'll be streaming live on the AlwaysGamesTV official Twitch channel. So hopefully that should come around. So keep an eye on the website and Twitch and Facebook for that. Like I say, if you want to follow us on Twitch, it's at AlwaysGamesTV, and on Facebook it's /AlwaysGamesTV. If you want us to read out anything on the show, I do keep saying this every time we either do a podcast or a vidcast, but because we haven't received any emails yet. But if you do, I better just get them double. I always double say this out on the show, the feedback email address. And for my own organisation, I can never remember if it's .com or .co.uk. So officially, and hopefully you guys will remember this. The feedback email address is zztvfeedback@hotmail.com. So if you want us to read out any questions on the show, please email us and we will happily read them out. Or if you just want to have a go at Mark at how he hates The Last of Us and Destiny.
I don't hate Destiny yet.
I like the yet at the end.
Well, you see, I'm fair. I'm not going to sell people's expectations too high. GTA 5 has won me over, to be fair, so that hate's gone.
Oh, fair enough. I know. Yeah, because we did discuss that, didn't we? How you didn't like GTA 5. So it has won you over.
Yeah, it's decent. I'm not very far in, to be fair, but I tried it again last month, and I've been playing it since then on and off. And yeah, it's pleasant. It's very nice, actually. It's a comforting game. It's nice.
You can have those moments of just sitting in the car and just driving.
Well, that's it. It's a nice little world and stuff. There's enough kind of going on. Whereas when it was really mental and everyone had to buy it and it was all there and stuff and everyone was going crazy for the online and the rest of it, I wasn't bothered then because I finally got it like that Christmas, like a few months after it was out. And I started playing. It just got overwhelmed with. There's a lot of quests. There's a lot of characters. I'm not really engaged or bothered about any of this. You finish one thing and you start the next, and I thought.
Brings up an interesting question, actually. Is it worth, with like we're on about overhype and everything like that? Is it worth to leave these big games, these big AAA releases, a few months, and then approach it without everybody on Twitter and Facebook going nuts to it, and it being bombarded at you on TV adverts and billboards, left, right, and centre? Does it create a more of a personal experience when you approach a game once that has dropped and nobody else is talking about it?
I think he's got a better chance of doing it. I mean, it sounds a bad example, but I tried not to see anything on The Last of Us before it came out because I really enjoyed the Uncharted series, and I thought, this looks like it's quite a dark, different story. I don't know anything about it, so I tried to avoid. I'd seen one image of like a clicker or something, and I thought, oh, I know there's creatures in it, but let's ignore where they're coming from or anything like that.
Yeah.
But even without any marketing or anything like that, the box has on it 10 out of 10, this site, 10 out of 10, that site. So no matter what you've avoided, you pick up the game and you go, well, this better be the best thing ever, and make me a sandwich and cook my dinner and do everything else for the rest of my life.
No, you are true.
I think they're getting a little too liberal with their 10 out of 10s. Yeah.
Yes.
I think maybe that's what hits Destiny.
9 out of 10s. 9 out of 10s, 8 out of 10s.
Yeah, I definitely give Destiny an 8.5, 9 out of 10. Yeah.
You can always improve it. No game is perfect.
No. But that's maybe with the critics with Destiny why it hasn't done so well. Maybe because they've been burned so often with these big games, and people have gone, oh, well, you're overhyping them, you're giving them high scores, it's no way worth that. And then they've gone with Destiny and gone, ooh, well, let's maybe we give this a little bit more of a critical eye, and like picked out all the different things, and then they've got hate for it because it's like, well, I think this game's amazing, how dare you call it a 6 out of 10? It's clearly a 9. People will never win on the internet.
No.
So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm slurring my words now. It's getting tired. I'm getting tired. Wow. Karl Jones, thank you so much for joining me, bud. And
you're very welcome once again.
This is now your pilot show for being on, even though the show that never happened. Never happened. But thank you very much for watching. Do you know your Twitter, sir? And how people can stalk you onto the interwebs?
I do, although, once again, you are going to have to put the little name plaque here. See, just there.
That show never went live.
It is at Scimitar, but you're going to have to check the spelling, because I am not spelling it for you.
But yeah, if you want to stalk Karl Jones on the old Twitterverse, you can literally just click on the link in the description below. I'll take a look at the link, which I'm going to put up now. There we go. Anyway, Mark, how can we follow you on the interwebs?
I'm at Tremendous Mark. So yeah, that's an easy one.
Thank you very much. Nice and easy. Nice. And you can follow me at the Geekkeeper, and don't forget you keep following AlwaysGamesTV at AlwaysGamesTV. I'm going to shut up talking now and probably go to bed and edit this tomorrow. So hopefully it'll be up in the next couple of days. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you hopefully in 2 weeks' time. Bye, guys.
Cheers.
See ya.